Not really. Hey. That's all there is. You guys doing okay today? You guys doing okay today? Welcome back to 2B's Farmstead, where we build community, self-reliance, and enjoy the freedoms our great country has to offer. You know, after that little chicken clip there, I wanted to talk to you just briefly about self-reliance. I know that we preach it, all the other channels preach it, and but I think it means it's more of an individual thought, and I wanted to expand on that a little bit and tell you a little bit about what we're planning on doing, and maybe give you some direction and focus in your own life. So we have about 9 acres here, and we just bought the place in July. And counting last night, we have 112 chickens that are either running around the yard or in the state of incubation right now. And we're also going to pick up a few turkeys, heritage turkeys, and we're putting in fencing for milk goats. And my wife wants to produce cheese and also honey and goat milk soaps to sell. So we have a plan. You know, I think we're more fortunate than most to having a little bit of property, so we have room to expand. You know, I know a lot of you live in communities, have small backyards, but that doesn't mean that you can't work on a mindset and do things to move you forward and you know, and live your best life, because that's really what it's all about, right? So some of the concerns that I have, you know, is we have a small garden, and really all I'm doing is I'm trying to build on some of the skills that my father taught me when I was younger, and I've lost them. We don't really need a garden right now, but by planting some corn and some carrots and some squash and some other things, and I'm working on building that skill set, so in case we do need a larger garden later, I have the ability to do that and be successful. The other day I bought about it was $149 seed kit, has about 18,000 seeds in it in Mylar packaging, and we have that put up. It's in the fridge. It lasts 10 years in the Mylar packaging, and in case we ever need that, we have them available. And it's important because they're heritage seeds, so they also produce seeds. A lot of the seeds that you buy in the stores now are GMO, and they're designed not to produce seeds, which would be a problem if you want to grow a garden next year. So what we're doing right now is fine. It's just me, my wife, and my stepson. So having chickens and having a small garden is fine. But what concerns me is if things go south, that all of a sudden I'm going to have my son and his family, my daughter and her family, possibly extended family, my sister and her husband, possibly my sister's, my wife's sister and her daughter and grandbaby, and friends also. So you can see that, you know, your responsibility level could greatly increase, and having some chickens and a small garden probably isn't going to be very successful long term. That's probably my biggest concern, and I'm not expecting to. I'm not a doomsday prepper or anything like that, but I do know that history tells us, if you look back, if you went back to 1935 and told someone or told people that a world war was going to engulf every nation on earth and result in the death of 80 plus million people, they would have thought you were crazy. Same in the mid 1915, 1916. Same with the Depression. Things change very quickly, and we do have a growing conflict in Europe that we haven't seen in 3 generations. So we're not really sure how that's going to work out. Same thing with inflation. So I think it's good to be prepared, and I want to be able, as the head of my household, I want to be able to facilitate the safety of my family and those that I care about. So something nobody ever seems to talk about, because of social media usually focuses on the individual, is community. Community is key. As soon as we moved in, I went over and met my neighbors, and I let them know that I was available to them, and everyone around me is a landowner. Well, we have a new neighbor that's moving in on the left. He just bought 10 acres, him and his wife, and I think that living in a small community, about 890 people, we have a small church here, the ability to make connections and to gather those people around you that would be valuable when you need them, and you also would be valuable to them, is critical. Probably a little harder in an urban environment. I know that there's some places that have like community gardens and things like that, which but a lot of times the neighborhoods are very restrictive about even keeping like a couple of hens in your backyard, or other things that you might want to do. The HOAs are very restrictive, especially down here in Texas. So I would like to recommend one book, and I'll close this up. It's called 1 Second After, and it's a great book. It's a fairly fast read, and it really drives home. It was an eye-opening experience for me, but it drives home all the lost skills that we've let go since our fathers or our fathers' fathers. The skills that our mothers had: canning, preserving food, growing gardens, producing antibiotics, all those skills that they needed to survive or for our day-to-day life. I just don't have them anymore, and the book goes into that. They found a bunch of Mother Earth news magazines down in a library stacked up, and the information inside them was invaluable. It also talks about how important community is and the difficult decisions that are often made in that type of situation. So I think it'd be a good read. It's definitely a worst case scenario, but you can apply that to yourself and how you feel, and hopefully we're all moving forward, because that's what it's about, moving forward day to day. So I appreciate you dropping back by, and as always, I want you to live your best life and be happy, and we'll see you soon. Bye.